Hello everyone and welcome to my Sunday Live. It's January the 27th. I can't believe that a week has gone by already. It's gone so fast. So I'm just gonna do a little bit of an adjustment here on the camera. And then hopefully we are all in shot there. Well, I'm just going to wait a few more moments till we click over to 1 o'clock, and then we will make a start on our little exploration that we do every Sunday together. So if you are out there watching, maybe you will just go ahead and in that chat box on the right hand side, just let me know you're there, maybe where you're joining me from. I certainly appreciate you spending some time with me on this Sunday afternoon. Okay, well, it looks like it is 1 o'clock, so we are going to make a start. So my thought today was to use these. Now, these are some treat boxes, and they are in the Spring Mini, January to April Mini catalogue. And they're tucked away here on page 9, and they don't really make themselves hugely visible, but I ordered this suite, so I got all the bits and pieces, and I've used everything else, but I've not used the boxes. And so I thought maybe that's what we could focus on today. So there's 10 of these in a pack, and they are food safe. And so let me see, you get 10 for $8, so that's a pretty good deal. And as you can see, I've not even opened them, so I've no idea how they're going to work, but we'll see what we can do with them. So they're nice and sturdy, and they're pre-scored, and it looks like we've got some adhesive here. Yeah, we have. So I won't take the adhesive off just yet, because I don't want to have to wrangle all that adhesive and get myself in even more of a mess than I usually do. So we can use them as is, nice plain, I guess. Perhaps just put a piece of ribbon around them, but I want to do a little bit more than that. And the other thing I was looking at is, okay, well, what sort of occasions could we use them? And when I started thinking about it, they just flooded. So it would make a great Valentine treat. It would be lovely for Easter, maybe for Christmas. How about showers? A baby shower? A wedding shower. I think all of those things would work really well. Okay, well, oh, there was one thing I was going to do. Last week we made a project using a couple of the other products in that mini catalogue, and with the help of one of you, we pulled together this card. And one of the things that I did after the live was to actually stamp the hello on the embossed cutout piece. And I think you'll agree that that really gives it a bit more pop. Hopefully you can see that. And if you go back to last week's live, you'll see us pulling it all together. So that was just something I wanted to share from last week. Right, now then, let's put some thought into what we're going to do with this. And I think I need some grid paper. I need something to keep my silicone mat clean. All right. So Valentine's is on the doorstep. So let us see what we can do for Valentine. So I pulled out some Valentine sort of products. So I've got this stamp set, and I've loaded up a couple of the stamps. I've got some ribbon, nice red ribbon, and I also have a scrap of this paper, which is one of the celebration freebies that's currently available. So I thought, well, let's just use this scrap. So how about some ideas for what we could put in? So look, we've got these, and we'll try putting them in later. We've got, look, we've got these sorts of chocolates that we could put in. I think these Ghirardellis, they would probably fit in. I've got some little milk, some tiny little of those mini chocolate that you can get in the sack. I've even got a Reese's cup, which, by the way, I really don't like Reese's cups, but hey, it's not just me. And then we've got some of these Andes mints, and I think all of these would fit in. And then if you wanted to do an extra thing, I have got one of these EOS lip balms, and I'm going to see if that would go in as well, or instead of, we could try that. I've got a lip balm that maybe that would go in, and then I've got some of these candle patties. They don't have a wick in them. You have to have a bulb or a candle underneath to melt them. But again, they might make a nice little shower gift to put in one of these boxes. Right, so enough prevarication. Let's get some of this going. Right, so this obviously is the inside piece, I think, because they're going to go in. So let's just start with some simple stamping. That's all I'm going to do, is a little bit of simple stamping. And I'm going to follow the colours in this paper, that scrap that I have, which is like Flirty Flamingo. So I'm going to give that a go, like that. And we've got a big heart here, which I'm going to have a go with as well. Right. So let's see, we've got, so we're going to start with our big stamps first. And we're going to make sure that we get some on the ends of the boxes as well, so we don't forget those. I'm just stamping randomly. Now, I think I'm going to put a bit of red in. All that Flirty Flamingo. I think I'm just going to put a bit of red in. See what we've got. And I've got these little hearts. So we can fill in our red space with little hearts. Right, now then, we've still got a little bit of red space, so we can pop that little space. Okay, Right, so let's just leave that at that for now. So that's a very simple approach. So we can go ahead and start putting in, I just want to make sure that that's dry. Yes, I think we're good. Oh, there's a little bit of wet ink there. Okay, so note to self, it does take a few moments to, yeah, look, see, I've managed to goober that up. That'll have to go inside. It does take a few moments for that ink to dry on this card. So I'm going to set that aside for a moment or two and think about how I'm going to decorate up my outside. So I've got, let's see, this says Happy Valentine's Day. So I'm going to use the red again. So I can put my Happy Valentine's there. And then I want to use this punch. This is such a lovely punch. So we'll get another little scrap of card. And with this punch, if you stamp it so that a strip of card will go like this, then you don't use a lot of card, waste a lot of card space there. So what did I do? There it is. So we can just pop that in like that. And I'm going to trim a piece off because there's another stamp in here that I'd like to use as well. Now this is like a double-sided stamp and it fits exactly in that punch, but I only want that heart. So you can see that it actually fits in that stamp, in that punch. But I just want this heart. So I'm just going to put some ink on that piece. Stamp on my piece of card again. And punch. Now this heart may look a little bit on the funny side because you can see that it's not like a clear, absolutely clear stamp, but it's actually designed that way. Let me show it you on the picture. It's actually designed to sort of be darker on one side than the other. So it's not that the stamp is malfunctioning. Right, so there's my bits. And let's now see if this is dry enough to move. You know, I can still see a little bit of wetness there. I'm going to get my heat gun out. Excuse the noise. Okay, that's drying out really nicely. Right, that's that done. Now then, let's see. So I think if we do this bit and this bit first, I'm just popping my fingers there to support. Like that. And then this bit will go on the inside. Those are the pieces with the adhesive. That will go like that. And then these will go in. There we go. We just need to do a little bit of persuasion. And then I think this one there. I think, yeah, if you pinch between your finger and your thumb, I think you'll get good. It'll be more successful. Let's try there and there and bring that down. So this comes like this. And in like that. There, great. So while I've got it like that, let's see if this fits in. Oh, that fits in perfectly. That's one of those lip balms. So if you wanted to put a little gift inside your shower treat, then that would work. Ferrero Rochers go in, these Lindor chocolates, and surely these. Oh, let's try the Ghirardellis. Yeah, they'll fit in nicely. Well, you could do a mixture of chocolates, couldn't you? So that would work. How about these little patties? Yes. So those little wax patties would also be excellent for filling in. Okay. So now we know what will fit in. We can finish putting them to get it together and decorating. Well, let's make sure everything is kind of lined up. There we go. There we are. And then our final piece is this goes down like that. And then this comes up. And there we've got our really pretty box. So we could then go ahead and put this on like that. Right, just had another thought. Just a sec. I'm thinking it through as I'm going along because I want to try and hide my join on this piece here. So if I do it like that, just trim it off. We can put a little bit of double-sided or, well, let's see. Don't have any double-sided to hand, or do I? Moved it away. Right. Let's just put a little bit of adhesive here. And bring that down nice and tight and level, of course. Like that. Now I need to put something heavy on it for a minute, just to make that stick. Right, so now we've just got our greetings and this. So we could put a little flag on each end of this. So what are you all doing with your day today? It's lovely and sunny here today, but it is chilly. So, whereas we'd normally think about going for a walk, I'm thinking I probably won't today. Ooh, I just had a little thought. That heart is looking a tinsy bit empty. Let's just put that in the middle. And because this is regular cardstock, it's going to dry nice and quickly, so we haven't got to worry about the same issue that we had a few minutes ago. All right, let's get a couple of dimensionals. And then we can pop that like that. Let's see. Okay, and then we'll put another one on that top piece. Like that. And then we've got our greeting, which we can add. And this time I'm going to put the dimensional actually on my little band there, because then I know it's in the right place. And we just got to have a tinsy bling. Maybe we'll put one on the heart and one on our banner. So there's our first idea of what we can do with these super boxes. So that's number one. So we've got a lovely Valentine, and we know that we're going to get lots of goodies in there. So let's move on and see if we can sort out any other thoughts and ideas. So one thing that went through my mind is Easter. So we could do the same with the Easter bunny. We've got this lovely little Easter punch. We could just do the same thing. Maybe should I spend a bit of time just doing that one? Right. So what we'll do with this is we'll kind of use some Easter colours and make it a little bit sort of generic. Have we got a Happy Easter in here? Yes, we do. So we could do the same thing that we did before. Let's see, will that fit there? Yes, it will. And you can see that this is very well loved, this little stamp. I've used it a lot. Right, So what else do we have? We've got carrots. The Easter eggs. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're really going to focus on. And I got a scrap of lemon lolly out. Maybe I ought to stamp my card first. Right, so let's use some fresh freesia and just stamp those eggs and give it time to dry, because, you know, we just learnt the lesson that it does take a few moments for the ink to dry on this card. Oh dear, goobered that one up again. Right, what else have we got in here that we could use? Oh, there's a little butterfly. Ooh, let's use that butterfly. Can't resist that one. Because, you know, butterflies, I guess that heralds a bit of spring. Let's see if I got the lemon lolly handy. All right, let's use a different colour. We're going to use, let's see what we can use. Let's use Daffodil Delight for our little butterfly. I'll just randomly stamp here. I think I've pretty much got enough butterflies and Easter eggs on that one. So we let that one dry a minute. And we'll look at, right, so I've got lemon lolly card, but if I use, let's see what it looks like on the, with the, oh, that's not bad, is it? Right, let's get you out the way. We don't need you anymore, but we get the bunny and cut him out. There. This time I don't think that Easter will fit on this scrap of card, will it? Hold on a sec. Oh, we might be lucky. If I get my head in, I apologise. There we go. That's not bad, is it? So you could get the little Easter, you can get the little chocolate Easter eggs. From a well-known chocolate firm. Not that I want to be in a position to endorse them, but well-known large box store, you should be able to find them without too much trouble. Now then, has anyone got any thoughts on what we could be doing? You're welcome to join in and help with the design. I just had some red ribbon, look. Okay. Okay, that's one fancy box. That is one fancy box. And all I did was have the fun of the stamping. I didn't have to actually make the box. So let's just see if this is dry. This is dry this time, so that's good. All right, so we're going to put the folds in. So I discovered earlier that if I use my finger and my thumb, then that, and I'd like a little pinch, that would work for that. And then let's try from the other end. It's reminds me a bit of like a pizza box, in that, you know, the top and the bottom are all sort of joined, and then this is our middle piece. This is like the back of the pizza box. There we go. And these bits and you can come together. So they're really quite sturdy here. As you can see, it's giving me a little bit of resistance. But we know who's going to win, don't we? We know exactly who is going to win. Now, I have just had a bit of a thought, and that is, if I get a rubber band, then I am not struggling holding everything together while I'm trying to stick the sides down. So there we have two lessons learned. One is make sure that the ink dries thoroughly before you try to fold the box. And secondly, use a band to hold this in place. And then you are not wrestling with all of those pieces. Look at that. Now, I had a thought again, and this is here it is. This is an afterthought, and what that I thought of is this, is getting a brush. This is a blending brush, and maybe doing something with all the edges. And that just makes it a little bit more, I don't know, friendly? Who's to say? Not sure. A bit softer. Let's just open that bit up a bit so I can get in there. There. Does that bit better? Oh, I don't know. Maybe that was the thing to do, maybe not. So this is the opening end. So let's see what we've got. I've got some white ribbon. So this time, instead of decorative paper, we could put some ribbon, and maybe let's try this. Hopefully I won't regret this, but we will try this. I'm just going to get this piece of plastic here. Now, we don't have any yellow ribbon in our catalogue at the minute, but we could take some of this white ribbon and a Stampin' Blends. Now, if you've got the time to let it dry, you can always colour it up with a re-inker, but I don't have time for it to dry at the minute, so we're just going to do this. And you can see I'm using the side of the blends, and that's like the broad tip, not the bullet end. And it might look a little bit patchy at the moment, but I'm thinking it will dry a little bit smoother. So we can use ribbon and colour it up. There, let's see how that does. Where did it go? There it is. Sure it's the right way round. I could just as easily have done it with the fresh freesia, but we grab the yellow one first. So we're going to pop a couple of glue dots up here. In fact, I put a third one, I think, just to make sure that that is well and truly. I'm stuck. I've got glue dots on all nails. Right. So we bring that up here, and we bring this up and over like that. And where did I get that? I've got one on a nail somewhere. There it is. Better take that off before it gets stuck to things that we don't want it to get stuck to. I might just smooshy that round up a little bit. There we go. So can you see the difference? There's my ribbon, white, and then that is with the yellow Daffodil Delight. Maybe I should have done that with the other colour, because he's getting a bit lost on there. But we will live with our actions. So we pop 1 and then 2 on here, and we have him at a jaunty angle. And then we can have our little Easter going like that. Just a tiny little bit of adhesive. And then I think somewhere in my goodies we have got these. How about those? They're looking good. We can just put a few of those 1, 2, 3. So those are Tinsel Gems 3-pack. Gorgeous they are. Right, so we have Easter, we have Valentine's, and I think what I would like to do is one more, and I'd like to do a wedding one, or a wedding shower, and this time I think we are going to do some heat embossing. So I've got this stamp set, Stippled Roses, and it's got the most beautiful rose in it. Look at this, I'll show you in a minute. Clear myself a bit of space. Now this one we're not going to be quite so concerned about it drying ink, because we're going to be using our heat tool. My only concern is that me being able to see where I have stamped my image. Yep, right, we've got to be careful there. Can you see it just attached itself to the adhesive strip? But that's fine. I'm using the brush from my kit. And I will just remove all of that so I don't waste any. If I hold this up to the light, I can just see where I've stamped and not stamped. Right, so this is just gold embossing powder, and I am just used this very clear and extremely sticky ink called Versamark that allows the ink to stick. And that one needs a bit more. Give it a sharp bang on the back, and that will loosen some of that. So let's use the heat gun to see. I love it when it turns from that dull sort of grey blacky colour to that beautiful gold. Look at that. Just is so lovely. Come on. Now, obviously, if you were doing this for a wedding reception or a shower, you could use whatever the bridal colours are. So, you know, if it's sort of silvery, white, gold, platinum, you could obviously use those colours to emboss. And then you can take things like the ribbon can be your bridal colours. Now, again, we can repeat what we did before. I'll try and do that quickly because you've already seen how I think you should fold. There we go. So pinch between finger and thumb. Like this. Right. Right. So I'm going to get my newly discovered technique with the rubber band. Like that, to hold that in place. And then I can take the backing off of the adhesive and just line everything up, make sure everything is in place, and then bring that through like that. Now I've just had a bit of a thought about ribbon. You know, I was going to use this. This is that, it's Night of Navy, and it's got a sparkle in it. And I was wondering whether if you took a loop like this and then somehow kind of wiggled it into a corner like that, and then you could actually hang this up. So you could put, if it was like on a Christmas decoration, you could actually hang that up. So let's use that idea for a minute. So we'll take some of this tape and I'm going to attach one end to each corner, and we'll just see how that works out. It's a bit fiddly, but we'll make it work because we've just had this brilliant idea. So we've got to make it work. Right. So like this. No, I don't like that. We just try it. We do it. I'm just going to try it slightly differently. Instead of putting one on each corner, I'm going to put them on top of one another on here, like that. I think that will work better. And then that can come out of the corner like that. Right, back with the old elastic band here. Hold everything in place for me. And then line everything up. Get that backing off here. and hold everything tight and bring that down. There we go. See what I mean about how you could hang that up? Especially on a Christmas tree. And then this is where you would, if I had one handy, I would put maybe a little strip. How about a little strip of this distress? I've got this scrap. We could put it round the side that isn't going to be opened, just as we did for the other one. Like that. Let's just put a little bead of adhesive there. Either that would just kind of like hang like that. And then I could have a stamp that says something, or if for the wedding you've got like little fancy card pieces, you could always put those on there. Or finally, just to make sure that everything was beautifully tied together, you could have some more of this just stunning ribbon in a bow. Which we could then attach with a glue dot. And if you happen to have handy any goldy coloured embellishments, then you could add those as well. And as luck would have it, we have some goldy coloured embellishments. And you can just do a final pretty up of your box. Well, there we go. We have done quite a lot with our little boxes today. And we have Valentine's, we have Easter, and then we have a wedding one where we have put some ribbon at the top so that they can be hung up, or could always make a super duper Christmas, something you could hang on the Christmas tree with a little gift. So you can stamp on these, you can emboss on these, and they work really well. Well, I hope you've enjoyed working alongside of me today. If you have, perhaps you'll go ahead, give me a thumbs up. If you don't already subscribe, perhaps you'll do that and share. And I will be back next week with some more ideas for using some of our products. And it will be same time, 1 o'clock Central. And I hope you'll be able to join me then. Well, thank you for your time today. Bye-bye for now.